Previously, we took the Communist Republic, a small, weak nation with no recognition at all across the globe, and we've transformed that little nation into what's soon to come the fourth major power of the world. For all of this to happen, we can praise only one man, Ivan Serov. However, to assert our dominance across the globe, we are going to have to continue our rampage and vengeance on those who took advantage of us when the motherland and its people were weak. We're going to begin our own invasion down south to Central Asia and Xinjiang. As I commenced my invasion of Kazakhstan and Xinjiang, I would soon noticed that although we had quite a sizable army of over 140 divisions, we would still struggle in some parts. So, there's definitely going to have to be some improvements throughout the years if we want to even challenge nations such as Germans, Japanese, Americans, or whatever. But still, we would remain triumphant. So far, Ivan Serov has not suffered a single defeat. After that, we've not only assimilated East Turkestan and claim it as our own puppet, but we've also annexed, and we're going to hopefully core throughout the years the nation of Kazakhstan. A major victory for Ivan Serov, an even greater victory for all of Mother Russia and its people. So we've got this little focus tree that we can complete right here. We can first of all form our own faction, the CSB, Collective Security Bloc. Looks pretty fabulous on the map, if I do say so myself. Now, this focus right here says looking to Moscow. I mean, that is one of our goals, but we're going to have to take a look at our army. But obviously before that, we're going to have to focus more internally to our own populace. The people of Mother Russia, what do they require? What do they need? Well, the people are the nation, and the nation requires an economy. An economy suitable enough for both military and, most importantly, the civilians. However, the economy isn't everything, is it? We've also got to take a look closer to how the people are doing. We've still got stuff like education, law, you get the point. So as we began down the middle side of the focus tree, focusing on our agriculture, education, and other laws. And we would also acquire nuclear weaponry. But, just like this, we are basically at the end of this little central side of the focus tree. And we're obviously going to stay the same. Why? Well, it worked out for Stalin, ignoring obviously the 30 million who died. It's not appears big to him, but we're not going to kill the 30 million like Stalin did. We are instead going to focus on pure, I wouldn't call it capitalization, but, you know, increasing our economy, agriculture, education, whatever, in the long term, not just short term like the capitalists. Anyways, that's besides the point. We have got major news. My volunteers that I sent to the Socialist Republic of Iran have successfully defeated all of the Socialist Republic of Iran's enemies. Anyways, back to our focus tree. We are now going down the right side of the focus tree, the economic side, where we are going to enforce laws which will crack down on capitalism, and you know the gists of it. But now, since you guys love war, I mean, who doesn't? This is obviously referring to Huifo, not in real life. Just want to make that clear. Anyways, we are not only going to be invading Central Asia, but we are also going to be invading the Kingdom of Afghanistan. They've had years to build up their army, economy, you know what. So, we are going to have to actually fight for this one. Now, with our newly acquired air force that was spent years researching and developing, along with our newly experienced divisions, we were able to hastily capitulate small nations, which were puppets, I think, of the Kingdom of Afghanistan, sorry. I'm not sure, but those nations fell with ease. There's 2 nations gone already, so that leaves 3 nations. Figure that. 2. Turkmenistan capitulated, and now I'll soon come to realize that Afghanistan, peace out. I mean, that's kind of boring, isn't it? I mean, I was fighting them before, so I just used the 2-pack thingy to declare war on them once more. And we would obviously be successful in our invasion, leading to the full capitulation. We would use a 2-pack again, to puppet them instead of annexing them. But even greater news for the people of Mother Russia, we have completed not only the central side of the focus tree, but also the economy. Now, we can focus on our army, since the people and the economy, both which fund the army, have been buffed drastically. However, we are not going to capitalize fully. We are still going to benefit the people and choose more historically accurate Soviet choices for optional focus trees, if you know what I mean. Anyways, we can now officially look to diplomacy to assert ourselves on the world stage. We are first gonna go to Asia, more specifically to Tokyo. We're going to try and regain our former territories that the Japanese unjustifiably stole and tried to assimilate into their own, whilst we were weak, attacked, vulnerable. So, we are also going to attack them whilst they're kind of vulnerable, not really. Well, we are the Soviets. We don't need any advantages. So that is why we formed our own little Western China to not only take what the Japanese couldn't, such as Tibet and stuff like that, but also one of their puppets and where Communist China would be in the base game. I think that they were formerly a Japanese puppet. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. We're not going to stop there. We are also going to form our own Mongolian breakaway, but they are not under our control just yet. They are a civilian dictatorship. We're going to change that once they're fully free. And just like that. I know it's not the rich and populated area of China, but it's around 50% of China, which is under our control. And obviously, all of Mongolia. Better yet, we have regained all of our former Japanese territories, but with all these numerous victories, none would be compared to what we would strive for. We are going to turn our eyes west towards Moscow, the heart of Mother Russia. The Nazis and its allies have inflicted not years, but decades of harm and torture to innocent civilians of Mother Russia, all of which was unjustifiable and impure and inhumane. They treated us like dogs, subhuman, you could say. So, we are going to return the favor, but not to the civilians like they did, for as 2 wrongs don't make a right. Instead, we're going to do this the right way, by launching a full-scale invasion. I mean, we're not going to kill these civilians. I mean, a few, but it's necessary. We're mainly going to target the Wehrmacht, those evil scum. Well, here goes nothing.
холостяк, в жизни важен первый шаг. Слышишь, веют над страною ветры яростных атак. И вновь продолжается бой, и сердцу тревожно в груди. И Ленин такой молодой, и юный октябрь впереди. И Ленин такой молодой, и юный октябрь впереди. Весь летит во все концы, вы поверьте нам, отцы. Будут новые победы, станут новые бойцы. Милости не жди, жизнь для правды не щади. Нам, ребята, в этой жизни только с правдой по пути. И он продолжает с собой, и сердце тревожно в груди. И Ленин такой молодой, и юный октябрь впереди.
The war was now officially won. Germany and basically all of its allies in mainland Europe have capitulated to the Russian National Soviet Republic, leading to the fall capitulation. They have agreed to our demands. We're not going to assimilate most parts of Eastern Europe. We're just going to take back what's rightfully ours. For us, it's a humane thing to do. Now, we've got a little focus tree right here. Once more. Now, actually, there's a heap of content added in the new update to the Second West Russian War. Look at the amount of focuses. I mean, props to the developers of this mod, or submod actually. Actually, it doesn't feel like a submod, this feels like its own separate mod itself. Look at all this detail. Each focus has a description, I think, all with their own unique buffs and stories to tell. Remember that one Naldo quote? We all have a story to tell. That one. That's basically for all focuses right here. And would you take a look at that? It even mentions the church, which we're obviously going to... you know what path we're going to choose for this one, because we're playing as Ivan Serov, the Ordosocialist gamer. Anyways, I'm not going to show me completing every single one of these focuses, for us that would take years upon years of filming. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the aftermath of the Second West Russian War. So, the world now knows that we are no longer just a common republic. We are now contenders for the most powerful nation on the globe. Here are all the breakaway states, and would you look at that, all of them have got Ordosocialism as their ideology. Pretty interesting. However, our days of conquest aren't over yet. Before we can rest, our veterans from the Second West Russian War are going to launch, or actually no, we're going to pre-fire a war against Turkey, for as they did strike us when we were weak, just like the Japanese and Germans. So, we're going to use Armenia and a little bit of Georgia to help us defeat the Turkish. Well now, after a little, what would you call it, diplomatic thing where you can intervene in, like proxy wars, a little tab, next to occupied territories and puppets. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Those decisions there have been concluded, so we can launch a full-scale invasion. And just as expected, our experienced divisions led by none other than Georgy Zhukov, that we acquired all the way back in the 60s, led us to numerous victories on all fronts of the war against the Republic of Turkey. We would use that, remember that one helicopter division? We would use that to our advantage, capturing Istanbul, cities on the western front, and Ankara. So, with a few more cities captured, Turkey would inevitably capitulate, forming, oh my god, it's nationalist, but we'll transform them into an Ordosocialist state, just like the rest of us. And there's a Hungarian civil war, which we will also intervene in, and I guess the Afghan war doesn't exist because we already conquered them. That's my mistake. I didn't know there was going to be a little pop-up and more content, but oh well. So, we would mainly focus on acquiring a socialist Hungary, which we would succeed in, as you can see right here. So we have got only time to convince them to convert to Ordosocialism and join our faction. Fast forward a few more years, we have integrated most, if not all, of our European holdings. All that remains is Leningrad, Crimea, that's right, and obviously Moscovian. So, a few focuses later, they should be under our control. And if we scroll up here, since we've got all territories, we can now officially declare what our capital is going to be. We're going to move it to the heartland of Russia, Moscow. And we are on the brink of completing all content that the Second West Russian War mod has to offer. But almost isn't good enough. we have to, before we do the final focus, is complete all of this, which is quite painful, but I'll not show you that content since we are already 22 minutes and 15 seconds late into the video. So all of those focuses have been completed within a little transition. Wow. However, if you think that we are done with wars and stuff like that, you would be wrong, for as the final war of the video will commence. Where is the heartland of religions? Jerusalem. That's around the region of where Jesus came from. I think where Jesus came from was just below or south of Jerusalem, if I do recall my history books in high school. I think that's where he came from. I apologize if I butchered that. I mean, no disrespect to my Christian viewers, or any Christians, matter of fact. Anyways, that's besides the point. Back to the video. As we captured Port Sudan, the Arab Socialist Republic, the United Arab Republic, would officially capitulate to us. Back in 1962, we were unrecognized by basically every nation on the surface of this planet. However, once a man by the name of Ivan Serov took control of our nation, the Common Republic, he transformed everything, changing our economy throughout the years. I think overall, our people are most happy. We have got a few years of recovering, obviously. We have also captured the most territory throughout the globe compared to anybody else. We have captured the homeland of Jesus Christ. So, I mean, it fits the gist of it. We are Ordosocialist. Just for this video. I know, yeah, I may as well add them to my faction. I did conquer them entirely. So, yep, there we go. The United Arab Republic is now under control. So basically all of the Middle East, all of Russia, Central Asia, Western China is under our control. We have got basically almost the best sort of credit rating. That never happens to me actually, I don't know why. And we haven't been the Japanese, but or the Americans. But I mean, it's basically 1980. My computer's about to explode. So yeah, we have dethroned the Nazis and Japanese territorially, if that's even a word. But you guys know what I mean. Ivan Serov. This playthrough has been quite interesting. I do recommend you guys go play it if you have the opportunity to. Once more, everything done, said in this video is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. I mean no harm to anyone or anything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and